next topic, football. This past week, game stats, past Sunday and Monday for week 2, right?
That's right.
Week 2. Let's get right into it. So we got the Eagles. They beat the Vikings 34-28. The Eagles are looking pretty good, James. I guess we were kind of wrong about what we said on last season because we kind of said since they had a lot of different trades, a lot of their defense was leaving.
And anytime a team goes to the Super Bowl, even if you lose the Super Bowl, everyone's looking at you and they're going to start taking players away. So I think they've lost 9 starters on defense, which is like to lose that many people.
Many starters, right. It's kind of like it's worrying.
And then on the flip side, I don't think anybody saw the Vikings going 0-2 at this point.
Yes, I was so surprised because they did so good last season. I mean, Vikings are one of those teams they can for sure get to the division. They can for sure get, they're just one of those type of teams. So to see them kind of struggling in the beginning is kind of unfortunate.
You almost wonder about Stephon Diggs. If they never would have said goodbye to Stephon Diggs, do you think that they'd be in the same position right now, 0-2? Because that was years ago. It was a while back.
Yeah, I don't think. Well, he was a major part of their team, but I don't think that was kind of the reason why. But like I said, he was a major part of them. But it's unfortunate. I guess so. The Eagles are 2-0. I guess they might be a play. It might be another Super Bowl chance then.
Maybe. I definitely think they're going to the playoffs. But you got Dallas, you got the 49ers. So there's some good teams.
There's some good teams they got to play. Yeah. Okay, next we got the Ravens. They defeat the Bengals 24-27. Man, that was a good game. I watched that one. Man, Lamar was all over the place, running, jumping over players. They're looking pretty good, man.
I think they were smart to re-sign him.
Oh yeah.
It shouldn't have been something that dragged on for so long.
Dragged on a whole off season. I feel like they could have had this, but I'm glad he had the attitude. He's delivering. When he gets his money, he delivers. Because there's a lot of players who get that max and they don't deliver. So I think Lamar's on a mission. I think they're going to be good.
What's really sad about this too is you have their division rivals in the AFC North, the Bengals. Joe Burrow has been paid, and also he's always getting his praises sung every season, and he does back it up. But considering the Bengals lost this game, which is pretty important, and I think they're actually 0-2 right now.
Yeah, they're 0-2. Joe Burrow, he's, I got to see more from him. Like I said, he threw a lot of interceptions in this game. He, made a little careless mistakes. I feel like a lot of these quarterbacks need to be mindful of those careless throws because they cost. They definitely cost.
So Lamar or Burrow? Who are you taking? I'm probably taking Lamar.
Lamar, yeah, definitely Lamar over there. Because Lamar, he knows how to run through the defense, around the defense. Yeah, definitely. I wish he would have went to the Saints. That definitely would have completed our package.
Did they take a look at him? Do you know? Or
yeah, I think they did.
I think they
did. I don't know. I feel like they could have gave him that max or something close to it. Contract deal. But yeah, he deserves it. He's a beast. But yeah, Seahawks, they beat the Lions 37-31. About a touchdown. I think, did we say the Seahawks or did we say the Lions?
I think we were definitely leaning more towards Seattle. Only because they were due for a win at this point. I think they dropped their first game. So, and then, the Lions, they beat the Chiefs in week 1.
Yeah.
So, nobody saw that coming. I think we had both picked the Chiefs.
Chiefs, right. But that was weird. That was unexpected. The Lions beating the Chiefs is but like I said, I think they're going to come back around. It's still early.
I think this is a possible playoff game, the Seahawks and Lions.
Oh, yeah.
NFC.
Definitely. The Colts, they beat the Texans 31-20. Man, I don't know about how you feeling about the Texans?
What is going on here in Houston? It's
it was a lot of high hopes. I feel like they hyped up the Migo. But like I said, it's still early. We got to see. And then they got that new quarterback. So it's you got to kind of let it play out with these rookie quarterbacks. So it might not be the best season this season, but, we'll see. Buccaneers, they defeat the Bears 27-17. I think we said the Buccaneers for this one.
We did.
Yep. We did. I don't know what's going on with the Bears, man. I feel like it's more on the offensive side because the Bears' defense is always pretty good.
And they've got a lot of youth on both sides of the ball. So
Yeah.
that should help, but then sometimes it can also hurt.
Yeah.
And the Buccaneers, I think Baker Mayfield is going to do a lot of, put some big numbers up for the Bucs this year.
Yeah, I think so too. I believe so too. The Chiefs, they finally won a game. They defeat the Jaguars 17-9. Like I said, I feel like their first game was probably just, I don't know. But like I said, they're definitely going to be back in playoff.
They underestimated the Lions.
Yeah.
And I think that was one of the big things coming off that Super Bowl victory.
Which
that was one of the best Super Bowls I've seen in a long time.
That actual back-to-back scoring, and I agree with you.
Really similar to the their Super Bowl against the 49ers. Because they were in this deficit and they made it up.
They made it, Yep. Like I said, Patrick Mahomes, he's just a beast, man. He's a beast in these situations, so.
They ship his number one receiver off to the Miami Dolphins for, draft picks and all of that.
Yeah.
But, and then people were wondering, is he going to do all right without Tyreek Hill?
Tyreek Hill, right.
I mean, that's one of the best wide receivers in the league still.
Right. Yep. I believe so. But like I said, they're going to do their thing for sure. Falcons, they beat the Packers 25-24. A really close game. I wasn't expecting the Falcons they're doing pretty good.
I didn't think that they would be.
And then to beat the Packers, I guess we gotta kind of watch out for them too. It's a lot of these teams that we weren't expecting. I feel like they're gonna start to sneak up on us. The Bills, they defeat the Raiders 38-10, a major whooping. But like I said, I was a little worried at first with the Bills, but I think they're gonna get it together for sure.
Yeah, I think the Bills don't have a whole lot to worry about considering the talent that they have on both offense and defense.
Yep.
And playing a team like the Raiders, for example, I mean, the Raiders are always kind of a middle of the pack team. They do the playoffs every once in a while, but it was going to be Bills all the way. I think we were leaning
towards those anyway. So you think we'll know if they're back if they play like a team like the Chiefs and win, or one of those type of teams.
Division rivals, yeah. That'll show that the Raiders are kind of back on top, or also like the Bills, for example.
Yeah.
But it's still early. So
it's still early. Time. Definitely. Titans, they beat the Chargers 27-24, so by a field goal. The Chargers are, I think they're not really charging right now. How you feel about them?
They're very similar teams, the Titans and Los Angeles. Both AFC playoff teams. Both, didn't advance very far in the playoffs. So I guess it kind of makes you wonder. I think that the Chargers are definitely not the team everybody's rooting for in LA. It's more the Rams.
I think so. The 49ers, they beat the Rams 30-23. For them to beat the Rams, man, that's big. Even though they're both good defensive teams, that's pretty good. How you feel about the 49ers?
I'm worried about them. As a Cowboys fan, the 49ers have put the Cowboys out. Cowboys one and done in the playoffs. This is the team that we need to beat. Yeah. But
and it's crazy because getting rid of DeMeco Ryans, you would think like, okay, well they're in trouble, but no, they're playing still pretty good.
And then Garoppolo, he's gone from there. Yeah. And they sent Trey Lance to Dallas. So they're rolling with Brock Purdy.
Missing pieces, but they're still holding on. So we'll see, guys. The Giants, they beat the Cardinals 31-28. I think we said the Giants for this one because the Cardinals, they're kind of all over the place.
Yeah, I don't really trust the Cardinals to win a football game. Especially the Giants, they dropped that game against Dallas, but the Giants are still a good team and they have talent. Daniel Jones, he's not only a pretty decent quarterback, but he can run. He's fast. He's one of the faster quarterbacks in the league.
Nah, facts. The Cowboys, your team, they beat the Jets 30-10. We kind of already expected that, especially because they lost Aaron Rodgers. How do you feel about the Jets? What do you think they're gonna?
I want to see Zach Wilson put some numbers up.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want them to move on so quickly from him. I feel like a lot of times, and we've talked about this before, but a lot of these teams are moving on very quickly after hiring quarterbacks and coaches and
Yeah.
changing everything up.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's a lot of trades. It's a lot of different things. It don't feel like the same like back in the day NFL original. But like I said, yeah. Without Aaron, I think it's gonna be hard. Okay, so the Commanders, they beat the Broncos 35-10. I mean, the Redskins looking pretty good too.
They're looking like a great team, and nobody would have thought that Washington would be in 2-0 at this point in the season.
Right, exactly. Nobody was expecting that, and then the Broncos, man, it looked like it's gonna be a rerun of last season.
Yeah, and considering they brought in Sean Payton.
Right, one of my favorite coaches.
So in a lot of ways, maybe this is like a transitionary season or kind of
Yeah.
a culture change for them.
It might be. Like I said, I give him the benefit of the doubt. He's just coming on their team, and it's going to probably take a minute.
I know there's some friction between him and Russell Wilson.
Wilson,
So-
yeah, I believe so.
Did
He
you see
made a
them
few
get-
comments. Yeah, he made a few comments about him needing to play better and things like that. I mean, I don't blame him. Definitely, their team needs some type of structure, and I think Sean Payton is the perfect example for that.
So do you think they'll probably get it worked out?
Yeah, I mean, if they can line up, like I said, if Russell Wilson can line up and really lock in, because it's still time, it's early, so, you know.
The Broncos really haven't been a major threat there in the AFC since Peyton Manning was the quarterback.
Payne, right. And it's crazy because their defense is always pretty decent, so we just have to see how Russell Wilson plays. The Dolphins, they beat the Patriots 24-17. The Dolphins, like I said, they're another one of those teams that kind of they do pretty good though every season to me.
With the AFC, I think the Chiefs are still number one just because of Mahomes. That's
Yeah.
really difficult to do really anything against him because he's good at everything.
Good, yeah.
But then the Dolphins are close second there in the AFC.
Yeah.
Maybe you have the Ravens as third. I think the top three.
Yeah, I would say definitely. And then we got my team. They defeat the Panthers 20-17. Really close game, and I feel like the main reason we run this game was because of the Panthers' new quarterback. Like I said, he's a rookie. He made a lot of little careless mistakes, but man, he throws with authority though. James, definitely. I didn't like the way Carr threw this game. He definitely didn't throw with authority. I noticed when he started getting out of the pocket, he started making better plays and things like that. So he just needs to move from out of the pocket.
So he might be a quarterback that benefits then from the plays breaking down and like maybe having to scramble.
Yeah.
As opposed to just staying with his feet planted.
Plan it. I feel like it's cool for short passes, but if he's making those deep passes, he definitely needs to get out of the pocket. He needs to move because if that defense closes in on you like a you can't get out of that. You know.
And it also seems like the more you move, the more movement you have, the more time you're able to throughout the game buy yourself those pocket pass throws where you can stay in because they expect you to move. So maybe they'll widen out their alignment.
Exactly, and it gives you more time and options of players to move. They'll move as you're moving. So I feel like in the pocket should be more like short passes or runs. But yeah, like I said, I just got to see more from him. I'm not, we are 2-0, which is good, but I have to see more from him. So the Steelers, and then the last one, the Steelers, they beat the Browns 26-22. I think the Steelers are going to surprise us this season too.
I know that it was a pretty big defensive touchdown that they got there.
Yeah.
So
at the end. Mm-hmm.
And you had Deshaun Watson playing at one of the higher levels when it comes to quarterbacking. So I think we were leaning more towards the Browns in this game.
Yeah, I believe so. I think so. We were. But yeah, you guys, let us know who's your favorite team and who do y'all feel like is going to be the top, especially in the playoff era. Like I said, I'm a Saints, he's Cowboys, so we're definitely going to root for our teams. But I'm going to pass it over to James. What else we got?